the first things I'm going to look at then is some of the things that we've noticed as Simon and myself have gone through some of your remote invigilations, whether that's watching them live or whether that's just going back and observing the recordings that you've uploaded. These are the type of things that are commonly coming up as errors and things that we're not quite following to the rule, really. So I'm just going to go through some of those now, and I'm going to put them in order, really, of things that are happening prior to assessment, things that are happening during the assessment, and then things that are happening after the assessment. This is just to make sure that we all get better and be the best that we can be when we're doing our remote invigilations. Prior to the exam and the assessment, some of the things that keep coming up all the time is contact details. So a lot of you may not be getting the contact details, and then our learners are not turning up, and then you're asking via Slack or via email if we've got the contact details. From here on in, we can categorically say that if you haven't got them, then we don't have them. Okay, so there's no need to keep chasing for contact details because it's very unlikely we've got them as well. Okay, so that's one of the first points.
What I would just say in terms of the invigilator contact details, we are aware it's problematic when you don't have them, particularly if a learner doesn't attend, and we are pressing our providers and the learners very hard to ensure that they do return those wherever possible. So we know it's an imperfect system at present, but if you don't do already, what is a good rule of thumb, because you never know what kind of technical interruptions may occur during an assessment, is if you don't have a contact number or an emergency contact for that learner, it would be advisable to gather a number at the start of the assessment just in case anything goes wrong. So in a situation where both parties, so yourself and the learner, become aware that connection is lost and connection has dropped, which I know can happen from time to time, you will be able to get hold of each other and hopefully, but not necessarily, be in a position to resume that assessment. Obviously, just make sure you're destroying any personal information securely that you do hold on our learners after the assessments have taken place.
Just make sure that you've got all your passwords ready as well before the assessment starts. Some people choose to have them on their screen, which is absolutely fine if that's the way that you like to work. Personally, I print them off. I know that's not very environmentally friendly, but I do myself recycle them. So I know I've got the right password, the right person in front of me when they join. Sometimes we are seeing a lot of remote invigilators, not everybody, stumbling around and looking for the emails they've been sent with everything on or the attachments that they're looking for. So just make sure you've got them ready prior to the assessment starting. And when it comes to the speaking, listening and communicating assessments, can we please make sure that we've got the task sheets that the learners are undertaking ready in front of us as well? Sometimes there's, not everyone, as I said, but people are rooting around for the right task so they can get that in front of them whilst the learners are on the call. And sometimes that can just look a little bit unprofessional that we haven't got everything in front of us that we need before we start.